Hello to each and every one of you all across the world. I hope all of you are looking after yourselves wherever you are. Welcome back to another video right here on my YouTube channel for 2024. I really can't believe I'm now at 30,000 subscribers up on my YouTube channel, and I don't know how to say thank you to each and every one of you. It's been an incredible journey from the very beginning, with me sharing so much of my own story to me now connecting with other adoptees and sharing their story from my An Adoption Story series up on my channel. But today, the 1st of August, now I hope I upload this on the 1st of August, different time zones, of course, but the 1st of August represents a very special day within the family. It is actually my adoption day. Now this day, 30 years ago, I was officially adopted into the family, into the Gilbert family. It's where I became Sasha Alexander Gilbert. Now Alex is actually my middle name, Alexander, but my parents named me Sasha Alexander Gilbert when I was adopted. Before that, I was in an orphanage at the top of Russia alongside with my brother. Now he's my non-biological brother, but he is my brother. I was raised with him here in New Zealand, and both of us were picked up by our parents back in 1994. Now for our parents, I know that they really took such a long challenge, and it was a mission for them to go and adopt my brother and I from that orphanage, and I really just don't know how they did it. I really thank them so much because they ultimately changed my life. And when I'm always looking back at these photos, I always think about what life was like back then, and I don't remember anything from this time. I have no memory. I was adopted at the age of 2. I just don't remember it. But for myself, I'm so thankful and so grateful that my parents made that decision and actually picked me out. Now, first of all, I'll just give you a fact. They actually were just going to adopt my brother Andre, but when they got there, of course, you couldn't resist a cute little boy like me. I was needing a family. I was really, not really smiley, I think, but I was a cute one. I was a cute little boy, and my parents picked me out afterwards. And I just think, imagine if I wasn't in the room when they went into that room. I always wonder that. I always wonder where I could be if I wasn't adopted out. And I want to say, as many times as possible, every child should have parents that can raise them and look after them and love them, because having parents and having a family is so important. And it's harder for the child to adapt the longer they are inside of an orphanage. And I can understand that for so many families who adopt children at a later age, I really give them so much respect because they're trying everything they can to make sure this child adapts to a normal way of life. And I can just understand how hard it can be, especially if they're adopted out at such an older age. I'm talking teenage years, or even if they never get adopted out, their way of life can be very hard. And I know this with my birth mother, and she was never adopted out, and she was around this environment for such a long time. And I always think about that and put myself in her shoes, and I'll never understand what that is like. For myself though, when I was adopted at the age of 2, I don't have any memory and I don't remember that. But my experience, like every single story, is so different and unique, but we all share that common similarity of adoption within the community. And this is why I share my journey, this is why I connect with other adoptees, and this is why it's so important. But this is why the 1st of August means so much to me, and within the family, I'm always talking to my parents. We always talk about this. We always talk about the journey. We always talk about my connection with my birth parents as well. And of course, I'm always in touch with my brother, him and his wife and his daughter. They live further south of New Zealand and they're doing well. And I think it's just crazy just to see how time has gone and how much I've connected so much more within the adoption circle, within my own roots, within my life here in New Zealand. And I really am so grateful. You know, I'm so thankful. And because everything to do with this adoption day, we always celebrate as a family. In fact, after this video, I'm going to be heading off to go and see my family and see my parents and spend time with them and just connect with them and reflect on all this time, all those years ago. Now, my parents took a big journey back in 1994, and they took so many photos and videos, and as you can see here, time was different. It definitely was. And I can understand now too, just how different it is, and with the situation that's going on and how many people are affected. You know, I've got family in Ukraine as well. I've got family in Russia. I've got some family down in Ukraine that I'm still working on. You know, I'm still getting there. But so many of those links, we all have some sort of relative link to these places, and it really does affect us for life. And there's so much more of this, and I really do want to go back and visit the family. And at the end of the day, people are people, and they want to live their lives, and connecting with family is so important. And I know so many adoptees who are still connecting with their roots in Eastern Europe and all of those places, and those families inside those places are still willing to help each other and connect with each other, because at the end of the day, family is so damn important. I mean that 1,000 times. Family is so important. I don't need to say damn. Anyways, a special day for me, and thank you to all of you for following my journey this far, and with so many more stories to come, more and adoption stories to come as well. I'm working hard in the background. I've got a small team, and we also have a bit of a co-production link happening on in the background, and I'm working hard on getting these stories out to each and every one of you who've been following my journey, following my channel. Thank you all so much. Here's to another 30 years. You know, I'm 32, so 30 years time, I'll be 62. I don't know what that's going to be like. I don't know if I'm going to be sharing YouTube videos by then. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know what the fate of YouTube is by then. But as long as I can keep on sharing my story here and sharing my journey for all of you, I think that is helping so many people. Whether you are connected with adoption or not, it just feels good to be able to share this because I'm documenting my timeline in my life right here. So thank you all so much. So take care wherever you are in the world. Please look after yourselves and look after one another. And until next time, I just want to say, do свидания, iz Nowy Zelandii. Spasiba. Пока.